In extreme weather, each weather condition brings its own set of challenges for any professional driver, from a rookie to a veteran. It has its own set of challenges when you're driving in extreme weather conditions. So that's why you need to know how to stay safe and to safely drive in all types of weather conditions, such as fog, rain, wind, snow, and sleet, and ice, and black ice. And I'm going to break down specifically each of these sections. So in fog, the fog limits your visibility and your ability for other drivers to see you. So you want to slow down to 20 to 30 miles per hour, slow to 10 to 15 miles an hour in dense fog. So if it's dense fog, slow 10 to 15 miles per hour because your visibility is limited to 3 vehicle lengths when you're driving in fog. That's why also you want to lower the driver and passenger side window at intersections so you can listen for any cross traffic that you may not be able to see. And then use your windshield wipers to clear off any moisture buildup from the fog. Then rain, extreme weather in rain, it affects your visibility and it can reduce traction, which means when rain mixes with oil and dirt on the road. So rain makes it very difficult to see other drivers on the road, and heavy rain can cause hydroplaning, which is the loss of tire contact with the road, and it will cause lose of traction and vehicle control. So it will cause you to not have control of your vehicle. That's why the safety measure to help keep you safe when you're driving in the rain is to slow down and avoid hydroplaning. Use your windshield wipers to increase your visibility so you can actually see. Use your windshield wipers. That's why it's there, to use them when needed. Turn on your low beams lights to help other drivers see you, because you're not the only person driving on the road. There's other people on the road as well. You want to increase your distance between you and the vehicle ahead, just in case if you need to make an emergency maneuver, because visibility is limited and it's less traction on the road. So you definitely want to be a defensive driver and have enough space so that way, in case if you need to stop and pull over in case of emergency, you are physically and safely able to do that. Then your brakes will get heavy or deep standing water. So that will cause the brakes to reduce effectiveness, or it will not work effectively in the rain versus if it's a good weather condition when it's dry. So you also remember as well, in the rain, do not use cruise control at any time when you're driving on wet roads. Then in wind, if you're driving in extreme weather in wind, tall vehicles are easily affected by wind because these effects increase if you are hauling a light load, top heavy load, or any type of a combination of units. So commonly known as a combination vehicle or tractor trailer as an example. Now, increased wind speeds cause control problems for even an experienced driver. So when driving in extreme weather conditions, it can happen for a rookie driver or an experienced driver. So being mindful of that for any high, tall vehicles. And it's not just combination vehicles, but it can be buses, it can be trucks, any type of commercial motor vehicle. But you want to pay attention to wind speed. Look for signs such as bent trees, choppy water, fully extended flags, and flying debris. Then you want to keep both hands on the steering wheel, reduce your speed, watch your mirrors, steer slightly into the wind to keep your vehicle on the road, and then pull over until conditions improve if the wind is getting extremely worse. And when it comes to snow and sleet, that can impact both your visibility and traction because snow can also build up on your vehicle's headlights and reflectors. That's why when driving in snow and sleet weather conditions, you want to use your defroster and windshield wipers to keep the windshield and the windows clean and clear from snow or sleet. And then stop in a safe place if you need to clean off the side windows and mirrors. And you never want to drive if you cannot see in all directions. So if you cannot see and safely drive that commercial motor vehicle, then don't drive. And then frequently clean all lights and reflectors so you can constantly see others and others can see you. So you can actually see when you're on the road, and others, people and other drivers and motorists can see you as well. And then reduce your speed when you're operating in snow or sleet weather conditions. Reduce your speed by at least 1/2 in snowy conditions, because some dangers when driving in snowy conditions can bring light powdery snow, and that can cover the road from a form of a slick, smooth surface. Then heavier slushy snow can actually affect the vehicle control. These are some of the dangers. And it's also hard packed snow that can form an icy surface. So those are some of the dangers in driving in snowy conditions. That's why you want to be smart and make wise choices when it comes to driving in snow. So you want to be a mindful driver and make wise decisions by giving yourself plenty of time and to be alert. Plenty of travel time, being alert. You want to adjust your speed to the conditions and to the conditions of the road. You want to keep a good, safe, appropriate amount of distance from the vehicle ahead of you. And then you want to accelerate, brake, and turn slowly and carefully to minimize or lower the chances of a dangerous skid. And then use your low gear to help maintain and keep traction, especially on hills. And when it comes to ice and weather conditions, ice is the most common thing you will see or you will encounter when it comes to freezing conditions when temperatures drop below freezing. So you'll see common things in freezing conditions when it's below freezing in snow, mist, drizzle, freezing rain, and heavy fog. So if ice forms on the front of your outside mirrors, then that is a major sign that ice is present on the road. That means that the roads may be icy if there's rain, snow, but there's no spray, which is a combination of liquid, salt, and water splashing of the tires. So ice can create slick and slippery roads conditions, even in favorable weather or preferable weather. Therefore, you want to reduce your speed to increase your following distance on icy roads. That means you need to take your time and you need to separate, space out your vehicle, because this gives you more control and some margin, some room for safety when you are reacting or responding to a icy path. Then when it comes to ice, drive will spin on slippery roads and it will impair or limit or block your ability. So that's another thing about ice. The driver will spin on slippery surfaces. It will impair, limit, and block your ability to move or navigate your vehicle. And that's why you need to check proper tire inflation and tread, keep enough weight on the drive wheel so you can increase the traction and improve your maneuverability of moving and operating the vehicle. You want to drop down or go to a lower gear to help improve traction. You want to accelerate or decrease slowly and carefully. You want to slow down for turns and avoid oversteering, because in these conditions, it's not the same operating conditions as if it were dry weather. So in these extreme conditions, you want to avoid sudden turns and you want to slow down, being a safe driver. That's the mindset, a safe driver, driving and operating safely. Now, the common places where black ice forms, that's another thing about weather conditions. You have black ice. Now, black ice is tricky because black ice forms when temperatures drop at rapid speed for around the freezing mark of 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. Now, it's hard to really challenge and to spot it or see a black ice because the road appears wet and shiny and the headlights when it's actually icy. So it actually show on the headlights that the roads is wet and shiny, but it's really icy. That's why it's hard to spot black ice. So the common places where black ice will be is knowing where they are. So they'll be near bridges or on bridges, beneath underpasses, dips in the road, shaded areas, and low side of banked curves. On bridges, the road on bridges will freeze quicker than highways and main roads. So if you that's a rule of thumb, automatically it's a chance that it's a potential black ice in and on the road. You have beneath underpasses, which is underneath of the bridge or tunnel. Dips in the road would be where water will collect and actually freeze, and shaded areas, and the lower side of banked curves. So you want to watch out when you're approaching the lower side of a banked curve. So that'd be a turn or a change of direction where the vehicle inclines or it actually moves at an angle. Then when you're driving in extreme weather, you want to reduce your speed, increase your following distance, and turn on your low beam lights. And also you want to keep in mind how long it would take for you to stop your vehicle if it was stalled, or if it was hit by an animal, or if a crash scene itself was in front of you. So those are the things to keep in mind. Hey, BET Trainer here. Listen, if you really had true value out of this video, go ahead and click that like button and share some honest comments about this video, because this is going to help other people as well see the video and get the value information, so that way they can be inspired by what you're doing right now as well. So also, if you want to get the latest updates, go ahead and click the subscribe button, so then you can be able to always be updated on the next instant video that will be put out. So again, go ahead and do that. And this video was sponsored by BET Life Services and CDL for Life.